2 years ago, I came to Colorado with the intent of running passes, but due to my ignorance, I was 2 months early and the passes were still blocked by snow. Ever since my first visit to the Rockies, I've been eager to return, but I knew this time there would be a caveat. How could I come back to my home state of Arizona and appreciate the mountains we have? As always, my name's Cody, and you're watching another episode of the White Dog Overland Experience. I like to start many of my trips early in the week to avoid crowds, but pulling into the spot at 3 a.m. Wednesday morning had me a bit concerned that I may have started this trip too late in the week, or is it even possible to stay away from busy areas in this state? Well, I had no idea it was a holiday weekend coming up, and apparently others had the same idea in mind. Departing from our first camp north of Durango the following morning, we would encounter a literal roadblock that would force us to hit some roads off the beaten path, which in the end would pay off. We're starting to get into the mountains that don't have any tree line.
Howdy YouTube, welcome back to another one. My name is Cody Jameson, and today we are going to show you the beautiful state of Colorado. I actually don't know what I'm talking about, so just leave it up to him actually.
Good morning, my friends, and welcome to Bowling Pass in the southern San Juan Mountains. We got in really late last night. We were kind of camped around Durango. We've been working up this pass for the last maybe hour or so. It's not very busy for a Wednesday, which is nice. Got some big storms rolling in here pretty quick. But this is Kenna here's first time in Colorado, and I knew if I was gonna really knock her socks off with one of these camp trips, I had to bring her up to this kind of alpine loop, Silverton area, which we were working towards Silverton this morning, but unfortunately, we were going up the $1 Million Highway and there was a rock slide and they said it was a 4-hour wait, so we detoured back down here to Bowling Pass and we're working this over to Telluride, and from there we're going to take Ophir Pass to Silverton. Kind of a big bonus, we have these rigs so we can hit these passes and make some shortcuts. We have some massive storms coming in today. There's like a 90% today and tomorrow, so I'm hoping we get to these passes here soon. But I've got some really good camp spots in store. We're gonna hit kind of this big mining district around Silverton. Fingers crossed all that's open, and I hope you guys enjoy. You got it. This is the full mountain get up. Nice. Absolutely stellar view. And then out of nowhere, this big old, what the heck? If you haven't been to the Colorado High Country yet, there's a very short window of opportunity to run the areas we did over this week. By May, snow is still sitting in the passes at around 20 to 30 feet, and by July, most of that has melted off, but many roads will remain closed until the county can come in for maintenance. August is typically the best month, but if you wait too long like we did, late August through September is the rainy season, and if you're really lucky, you may experience snow late September. Coming from the desert, the idea of this type of climate is so foreign to us, but nevertheless, we were prepared with heavy jackets, which really makes you stand out from the locals in the small surrounding towns. Alright, babe, we chilling. Alright, forward.
But the other time, I got really fancy with it, and I made some butter garlic cheese bread.
Yeah.
And it came out really good. Dude, fucking wait. You fucking out. got that thing from Brittany for the first time, dude. No shit.
Got an entire bag full of Mila hair. If you ever wonder why my trucks are wrecked, that dog. Good morning, day 2. We are headed out of the bottom of Ophir Pass right now. I think it's Ophir. If you guys need to correct me, please do. Butcher every name as always, like you know. We're heading towards Silverton. We're finally making the loop around. Kind of impressed. We covered about 68 miles yesterday, ranging 2 passes. Got a lot done. I wasn't anticipating doing Ophir, but that was absolutely gorgeous. We're gonna hit Silverton, get some fuel, and hop on Stony Pass. Try to hit the full Stony Pass today. I think we can because we make a pretty good time. Go over towards Bristol Head and find a nice camp spot up at 12,700. I absolutely love this town. This is Silverton, obviously, if you saw the sign. Oh, there's another one of those.
There's a coffee bear on our left.
We're looking for
that's the only thing I've seen so far.
a little coffee shop right now, but every time I come here, it's like traveling 200 years back. It's like still so 1880s. I love it. We're gonna get into some mining history today. It's gonna be awesome.
So tiny.
Very clean, Sammy. All the rigs up here are always so fun. We're gonna get some coffee. Oh yeah, there's so many basements in here. This place is just, it's so cool. This building, 1895, still in wonderful shape, even with all the snow, but has some good coffee. Now we're headed up to Stony Pass.
Oh man, look how green those are up there. Just turn green or something. Nope.
Yeah, them trees just turned green, right? This close.
Alright, should be done.
Yeah, the pickles really make it, dude.
You know what? Fine.
Riley was having some bad times last night.
Poop wise?
What?
Pooping?
I think she just didn't poop before she went to bed. And so I ended up taking her down. She went to the bathroom and I went to go bring her up. And I fell over the water jug. It was a bad time.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, my wrist hurt.
Y'all just wants to get warm.
Ready?
Give it to him
Oh.
Yeah, bring those over.
first. That sounds amazing.
This is the first time I've camp cooked in like 10 trips, and I'm not even cooking. Thank you.
Yeah, it pisses me off that ever since I started camping, you stopped cooking.
Yeah, I stopped cooking when you started coming.
Anyone want an Arizona iced tea?
I'm good, dude. Good morning. It's about 9 o'clock now. Headed out of camp. We're about halfway through Stony Pass right now. We did not get a lot of ground coverage yesterday. That road going up to the lake, it's pretty rougher than I expected. This cruiser handled itself great. It was like the most technical I've done in this so far, and rather impressed. No locker and it's still holding its own, so it's doing good. We are going to finish this pass. We should be out of here in at most 2 hours. Driving up towards Lake City, and then we're gonna bomb down onto Engineer Pass and cruise through that, and hopefully tomorrow we'll be kind of into the mining stuff. We're all really eager to go check that stuff out, especially her. She loves old stuff.
Like you.
Like myself, yes, I am an old man.
Got some rain this morning. It was kind of nice.
We did get rain this morning. It was a beautiful little morning shower. Very nice. We've actually lucked out on rain. I thought we'd have been getting hammered by now, but kind of just stayed around us. The clouds are really low, but they're not opening up anything crazy, so that's pretty nice. It's pretty cool. It's nearing the end of August, almost September. And the aspens are already starting to change, which I'm like, dang it, we should have waited 2 more weeks and this whole mountainside would have been almost yellow. It's like right about October 15th or so is when it's really that crisp crimson red up anywhere above like 10,000 feet. So I'm going back out next month, right? Probably early October, because I think the cold's coming in earlier. And I, as always, I got to go see the aspens. It's just gorgeous. I wish I could bring her because she's never seen it. But that's got to be the most prettiest time of year up in the mountains by far. Had a little bit of a coolant leak issue. Now you want to clean at the pipe?
It was gonna be this one down there. And it was leaking from the bottom of that pipe.
So Gonna do some Johnny fabrication with some zip ties, because he's a master with zip ties, and try to hold it in. So I lost a fair amount of coolant. So we're back rolling now. It's just slightly weeping out of, there's like a tube that goes down into the block for up to the heater core. We're gonna get out of here as quick as possible, try to get up to Lake City, because Johnny has some cooling issues and I just used about a half gallon of his coolant. So I'm gonna try to go find some more red, and then we're gonna hop on to the Alpine Loop up north. So out of all these passes up here, Stony Pass has been my favorite. It's because it's the longest, it seems, and it's kind of the most diverse. You get those big, you know, red bald face, too high for the tree line growth. Then it dips down into like these aspen thickets. It's really gorgeous, but it's got a little bit of everything. It's quite rocky. It's pretty rough in some spots. Some spots are better than other spots. There's a good amount of traffic. All these passes are rated like a 4. Stony Pass, I would say, is more like a true 4. Ophir, pretty easy. What else? I can't remember. The Bolin Pass, whatever. That was pretty easy. Not a 4, that's for sure. This is definitely the hardest, but again, it goes back to Onyx subjective sort of rating scale. If somebody came up here in a bone stock 4Runner, this would be pretty challenging. So if you guys don't have Onyx and you get it, take that in mind. You never know really what you're going to get into. People don't really upload really good sections of the trails that are more challenging than others. When I record, I like to get the most challenging stuff that you're going to go through, so when you are on my Patreon, you plug it in, you can kind of see the challenging areas and see if, you know, you think your vehicle can make it. Oh, this is steep. And whether or not you want to try it. So it's kind of just my research and development for you guys if you're looking to get out and hit some of these routes. If you're not on my Patreon, you don't have to be, but it would be awesome. And it's great trails. I have great routes on there for you guys to hop on. Go watch my videos. You can see all the sections we do, see whether or not you want to try it. Your Patreon membership helps me out a ton. It's extra support. I really appreciate it. Patreon members get 10% off my store for any merch. I was wearing the shirt yesterday. We now have 2XLs in for you bigger boys out there that were looking for some big shirts. We got them in if you need any. We're working on patches right now. We have stickers, mugs, all sorts of stuff. Hop on there, whitedogoverland.com. My Patreon is White Dog Overland. And guys, you got to get Onyx if you want to get out and do this stuff and you follow my routes. You got to get Onyx. It's the name of the game for mapping software. I love it. I pre-planned this whole trip. We followed every route that I wanted to get on this entire time. And because Onyx is so awesome, the trip's been awesome, the route's been awesome. So I haven't really deterred from what I originally planned, other than the first bypass, which was out of our control, a bit compromised there with the landslide. But get Onyx, use WDO20 for 20% off. Hop on my Patreon. I appreciate you guys. So we have made it to Lake City. It has decided it's just gonna rain all day. So I'm looking at the map right now, trying to see if we can find a little spot to stop and eat something, because we're all very hungry and trying to see if this rain will pass a little bit before we start to climb up. Had to stop here and get some JB weld, trying to see if we can weld that pipe so I can stop leaking coolant, but it's gotten a lot better, so I'm not super worried about that at this point. But I don't know how much ground we're going to cover today, just because this rain is a pain in the butt and have some issues, so I need to back up. So we're going to go get some food here in just a second and see what we get into the rest of the day. It's just so old feeling here. All these little mining towns are just so old. And then we got one of these there's these stinkies all over the place. I'm getting tired of it, but just a quaint little, isn't that right? Quaint?
That is very quaint.
Very quaint. Not bad. So we are hopping on, it's called Carson Road, up to the Carson ghost town. Apparently it's closed, but I don't believe that. Someone just turned that on, or reported that on Onyx. Your breath smells so bad. And I feel like it's open. So we're gonna go try to see this ghost town. I really want to check that out, but road's pretty good.
Definitely been recently dozed.
Yeah, it's in pretty good shape, honestly. It's not bad. I assume it's gonna get worse the further we get up, which is good because it keeps a lot of the yahoos out. This forest is so ridiculously thick. It's hard to imagine. Hard to imagine what this is like hiking through this. I mean, this coming up here and discovering this 200 years ago would be absolutely wild. This would be some incredible land to try to traverse. Most people come to Colorado for its breathtaking mountains and dense forest, but that's only half the reason I came. There's something so intriguing to me about a 150-year-old mining settlement that has withstood harsh weather for so long. At 12,000 feet lies Carson Ghost Town, one of the best preserved mining camps in the Rockies. Founded in the early 1880s by John Christopher Carson, the camp grew quickly after rich silver discoveries like the Bonanza King mine. At its peak, around 1900, as many as 400 to 500 miners worked the claims, though the permanent population was much smaller. Life here was never easy. The elevation meant harsh winters, dangerous travel, and isolation. Supplies came slowly by wagon or even toboggan in the snow. Despite producing over $1 million in ore, the town couldn't outlast the economic downturns, like the Panic of 1893, and by 1910, Carson was nearly abandoned. In the summertime when the aspens are like this green and the light hits them like this, it's...
Right there. How's that awning look over there?
Looks good.
In line?
So Johnny in Lake City bought us a couple of pans because these ghost towns we've been visiting started from gold booms. And there's clearly some good gold. I haven't prospected in like at least a year. It's been too darn hot. I do plan to do that again this year, but these creek beds running up these cuts from a big upper section like that, gotta be some good promise down here.
Why is he using the groove as much? I'm not...
luck on the gold, so it's beer time. Never goes on the first try.
Go red, but they have the police mode on there. Gotcha.
You didn't like the marshmallow?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Good enough.
Your dog looks so comfortable right now too.
Do some.
No, I'm really proud of
I tried not.
So you guys know I hate cooking. We've been doing a lot of cooking this trip, but nice little breakfast, easy breakfast hack. These Jimmy Dean pre-made sandwiches, you just throw them on here for like 2 minutes a piece. Cook super quick, super easy. There's like no mess to clean up. Good protein. We'll start doing this more often. This canyon last night that we camped in was wicked cold. It probably got down into like the 30s at least. Everything was frozen this morning. Took a while for that sun to get over the ridge, but kind of had to hang out and wait for it to come off to burn off all the frost and whatnot not off the tent, which is kind of a pain in the ass. But this has to be the most beautiful canyon I've ever camped in by far, no doubt. It's just like some glacier national park type scenery. I haven't seen anything this beautiful before, and that's kind of how I feel about the Rockies so far. I know I said when I was up in Bryce Canyon that I've never seen anything more beautiful, but it's kind of hard to compare the two, but it's more so not really apples to apples, Utah to Colorado. These mountains are something else. It's like everywhere you look, these bald face, over the tree line, 14ers, it's incredible. It's just the craziest stuff I've ever seen. So today we are going to head up Cinnamon Pass, trying to get ahead of the traffic. It is so busy up here, it's insane. I am blown away by the amount of razors just ripping up and down these roads nonstop. Not so much off this little spur trail we're camped on, but I can see them going up into Cinnamon. And it's just the exhausts on these things drive me crazy. You can hear them for a solid 10 minutes. There's got to be something done about it. I'm sorry, Razor folks. I know you guys love your toys, but that's the worst thing by far that has ever happened in the off-roading community, especially out here in places just as beautiful. It's just idiots blasting rap and Morgan Wallen and Hardy and all this really crappy country music, ripping on their exhausts, going up these passes. It's all you hear. It echoes through the canyons. You guys need to stay off single tracks. I'm sorry. There's a time and a place for razors, and I think it's out in OHV areas. And I believe they should be limited to that because you are just absolutely killing the experience of this. I understand. I'm happy you guys are out here doing it. But it's for the people that have been doing this for 10, 20 years. I've been doing it for at least 10 years. And before razors, I'm sure you guys who remember those days before razors, this kind of stuff was just amazing. It was peaceful, but it's completely disturbed the peace. And I already know that we're going to get into nonstop razors today. So it's like, what are you going to do? We're here. We're going to enjoy it. The upshot to razors is more people are getting out. And I think that's great. But Can't stand them. That's my spiel. Day 4, we're gonna hit Cinnamon Pass and go see some cool mining stuff, so stick around. In 5 days, we covered 203 miles worth of dirt, and out of that, 30,000 feet was spent climbing. Not even the drone can truly capture how steep some of these grades were, and in person, sitting at the top of the pass, you can't even begin to comprehend the elevation. In every direction, a 13 or 14,000 foot peak stares down at you from the horizon line. So tall, not even foliage can sustain life. I couldn't imagine being from the east 150 years ago and coming out west with the promise of new land. But after a 1,000-mile journey through Comanche lands and dry plains, you arrive at the foothills of the Rocky Mountains. Very few locals know a path to cut through, but survival rates are low, and the window of opportunity to make the trek is short. And if your wagon convoy makes a slight mistake, the entire group will be wiped out by the early winter frigid weather. The pioneer's journey through these mountains is truly the spirit of the West, and without them, settlements and economic booms would have never developed the western states into what they've become today. At over 11,000 feet, Animas Forks was one of Colorado's highest mining camps. It began in 1873 with a single cabin, and by 1876 the town had 30 buildings, a hotel, saloon, post office, and even its own newspaper. By summer, nearly 450 people lived here. But life was far from easy. In the winter of 1884, a 23-day blizzard buried the town under 25 feet of snow. Residents had to tunnel through drifts just to move between cabins. Despite the harsh conditions, mining thrived. In 1904, the massive Gold Prince Mill was built, crushing 500 tons of ore per day and connected to the mines by an aerial tramway. But the boom was short-lived. The mill closed in 1910, the post office shut in 1915, and soon the town was abandoned to the mountains. If y'all are curious if Colorado's busy on a Saturday, I have there's probably 25 trucks right there, and a Jeep, and just more and more and more. It is absolutely insane. We're looking for a camp spot, and unfortunately, this road, obviously you can't camp off this, but this is really, really cool. This is one of the most badass roads I think I've ever driven up. Got these old cable carts running down with all the old structures. This is just something else, but it's so dang busy up here. It's so hard to find anything right now.